Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Handshakers episode 11. Now, this actually was a good episode of Handshakers. Oh god, I felt the earth shake when I said that. Wow, that's kind of scary. No, seriously, this episode was really well done. I actually felt like this saved the show a little bit from a failing grade just because of this one episode. So I mean, next week's episode, the last one of the season or maybe series in general, will be what determines if the series to me even gets a passing grade. But right now, from this episode, it was saved from failure because what actually happened in this episode is we go back to the very beginning of more so Koyori's and her sister, apparently Mayumi. We go to their past and we learn what makes them very interesting as handshakers and why the doctor originally said that Tazuna had to always hold on to her hand, or at least make sure that she had enough power in her. We learned that handshakers have been apparently around a long time, and the doctor and one of his other friends, who was the guy we see as the enemy now, these two were actually handshakers at one time, and they fought really well together. Ironically enough, they kicked ass together, but they also more so were always kind of goofing around with one another. But they were not the main focal point. What was the main focal point here was the people that they worked under, which is two scientists, a husband and wife duo, who had kids at one point. And these kids were actually born as handshakers. Now, what's cool about this in many ways is that we get a little more story in the handshaker. So, handshaker concept is actually something that apparently is a gift from what looks like God of some sort, but we don't know exactly beyond that what that entails. And of course, we know that if you get so many victories, you can go and seek God in various means and all that. But what was really dark about this was we do see a point where the girls are getting attacked by another handshaker, and we learned the truth about them. We learned that because they were born with the ability of handshakers, they actually can be killed off in the ziggurat. So if they get killed in the ziggurat, unlike everyone else who just simply goes back into the real world and everything's okay, they will die. They will actually perish if they don't hold each other's hands and run out of energy for a certain amount of time. They will disappear. So they do have a lot of things against them, unfortunately, and that kind of is unfortunate for their characters. It makes the parents go kind of crazy, especially the father. The father starts killing handshakers before they even reach inside the ziggurat, using his handshaker abilities to kind of take their powers because he wants to see why God has cursed his children. You could tell that he's yelling at the kids and all that, but you could tell that he's just frustrated and he just tries to figure out what the hell is going on. He wants to know and find answers. And we do find out that he does, indeed get the ability to go to most likely God, but at the cost that he disappears from the earth. And so does his wife. And what's even worse for that is that the kids at one point go into a coma-like state, and it causes the one scientist, the one we see as the enemy now, to go and take Mayumi from Koyori and go, you know what, I'm sick of this. I want to see why God has forsaken them. What has he done? I'm going to go kill him myself. And, he's like, yeah, but look what happened. The professor's trying to talk him out of it because he doesn't want him to do the same thing that happened to the parents. But he's hell-bent on making sure that he takes the last power he needs from a handshaker. And that's namely the power from Tazuna and Koyori. So, I will say this episode was really well done. Story-wise, it was actually very solid for once. I felt emotion from the show, which I have not felt from the show at all up to this point. But I actually was caring about these characters, and I kind of felt bad now for Kiori just for the sheer fact that she can die in the ziggurat. Before, we always kind of joking around for the fact that no one dies in the ziggurat, but apparently she can. So I was really surprised how well done this episode was. Overall, I would love to hear if anyone's still watching the show. Leave in the comments below what were your thoughts about this episode. Were you kind of surprised by how good this episode was? Did you still hate the show, etc.? Let me know. I will talk to you guys later. Have a brilliant, blessed day. I'm sorry, by the way, this is like an hour late, but I had a whole bunch of errands to run today, so I do apologize for that. But I got it out to you as fast as I could. Regardless, guys, bye bye, everyone.